Okay, we're here.
Hi, Mom.
After a while with the big
Send money.
boys from Texas. Okay, and about the first thing you notice when you see them play is their great, fun, smiling attitude. Now, do you have
Blah.
It's just 'cause
that comes across really quick. Any reason why you're so fun?
We're having a good time playing.
I don't know, we're just
we
having-
got
basically
lockjaw
it.
real bad. And like, hey,
Mouths are
No,
stuck
actually,
open.
it's real funny because when we first started and we'd be playing, people would say, "Well, you can't play punk because you're up there laughing. You gotta be up there, mad and everything." And it was like everybody's having such a good time, forget it. You know?
Yeah.
It's like a big party when we're playing.
we tell a big joke before every song, and
band in joke.
No, it's like, I don't know, what the songs themselves are like. That's why we put lyrics with the records, because they all have something to say. But like, I don't write songs unless I'm real, mad about something or whatever. But when I'm playing it, I'm not still mad. That was 3 weeks ago. I'm having a great time watching these guys crash into each other down here.
Really, that's the biggest thing about us is that it's like one big party. I mean, people, when you go places that aren't in Texas, that haven't seen you before, they don't really know what to do. When you start saying, get up here, it's like we're half the show, the audience is half the show. And if you want to get up and sing, I don't care if you don't know the words or not, you can get up and sing. It's just, and people here, it's real funny because like you'll look at them and you'll like even stop playing the guitar and go, here, get up, and they're like going, oh, wait a minute, the bouncers are going to come.
No, we got our own bouncers.
Yeah, because I noticed the heavy funk input. Now, are you planning on adding horns in the whole section, or
Well,
just,
we have horns there. It's his little brother, and it varies from 3 to 5 people playing horns. It's just if their moms let them come or not that night. It's like
Yeah, I was in a high school band, and when we first formed, my little brother was still in high school, and he and his friends just started coming and playing, and I think they're all out of high school now. They can't travel because some of them are in college and some of them's mom won't let them.
and none of them have legs, so it's real hard for them to get around.
we wheel them out on skateboards.
So what started this funk input? Have you always played that, or you just?
No, well, Dad's black
all of
and
a sudden-
Mom's Chinese. That gives us a lot of influence.
No, we like, I don't know, we listen to all different kinds of music. We don't, our backgrounds are real varied. I was playing heavy metal guitar poorly in a garage band, and Tim was playing acoustic, and Biscuit was singing at the skate park, and just that kind of thing. And
I was just a basic drug addict.
but we just all started.
Don't mind him; he's the new drummer.
No, we just play what we listen to. We listen to thrash. We play thrash, and I think my favorite bands are like Wire and Minor Threat and George Clinton and things
If
like
this
that.
goes to DC,
Merle
hey,
Haggard.
Ian.
Okay, what about the Austin, Texas scene and what's going on there?
It's
How do you
real
guys
good.
like the?
It's like they're
Yeehaw.
well now y'all have seen. I mean, a bunch of Texas bands have come here, so you've
Moved
seen.
here permanently.
It's like
Mm.
there's a whole different. It's like
All
what we were
the
talking about out there.
alcoholics.
Hardcore isn't like thrash out there. Out there, it's like an attitude that you have. So there's bands like Kamikaze Refrigerators that are like just total the weirdest funk you've ever heard in your life, but they're hardcore. And okay, whoever's heard Butthole Surfers, tell me what that is. I mean, they're great, and they're hardcore. Because it's the attitude. The Dicks are hardcore, but they don't sound like
Yeah.
They're not a
they're
thrash
not the
band.
thrash like you hear. It's just an attitude that everybody has out there, and everybody's real close. And like as long as you have that attitude, it's great.
Things are going real well there. Houston and Dallas are kind of on again, off again. A lot of the bands that lived here are from Houston because things were off again more than on again. But
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. If you had any ideas, how come there's such a flood of Texas bands coming out? All of a
Because it's so hot in Texas, everybody's trying to get the hell out of there.
no, it's like
Well, the Stains moved here because of the political stuff. They really didn't have that much of a name when they first left Texas, and then now that they've been up here, they've done real good. And like their album is real good. Their album is great, I think. But
Because
the
you play
Dicks.
guitar on it.
no, that's
No,
the
I
Dicks.
play slide guitar on the Dicks record.
Oh.
Yeah.
The Dicks moved here because Gary moved here.
Yeah.
Was basically it, and then they all just kind of came out here
The
with
rest of
him.
them didn't have any reason to stay.
Okay, how do audiences usually react to your to the funk? I know in San Francisco, everyone I thought it was great, and they really started everyone having fun again at a show. How do some of the other places that are newer and are only into like just you got to thrash to be cool? I mean, how do they react to
They
that?
get funky.
It's not even so much places as people. And like the first few times that we've
Skating.
Yeah, the
yes,
first-
we did go skating today.
Yes.
the first
I'm
few,
mofo.
the first few times we ever went any place, like before our records, like we got there before our records when we came here the first couple of times, and nobody knew who we were. We'd start into that stuff and they go, huh, you know, what is this? I didn't hear this before. But now like our records have been out, our Fun EP has been all over the country and stuff. And when we went to the East Coast, the record was there before we were, and so when we got there, people knew sort of what to expect and just had a great time. It's been the same way this time here. You know, like the record, people have heard the record and they know sort of what to expect. They know, oh yeah, funk, you know. I was kind of listening for that, and sure enough, there it was, and here we are at a hardcore show listening to something fun.
They seem like they're more open now too. You know, like the first time we were here, it was like if you didn't have black on and you weren't going 1, 2, 3 on every single song, they didn't really, you know, they kind of didn't want to hear it. And now it's like it seems like a lot of people are real open now. You know, it's like, you know, if you're
Yeah,
up there
same
doing
way,
it.
like in the audience. I mean, it used to be where you had to just thrash at full tilt, you know, and now people are finding, you know, if you try to do anything else, people would get down on you, but now...
Now everybody's doing the
Yeah.
swivel. The swivel is thrashes out.
Okay, we're gonna take the swivel to Texas.
That's compliments of the Jack's team. Jack's roll.
It's cool because everywhere you go, people thrash differently.
Yeah.
Like in Detroit, we'd start playing the funk stuff, and they'd start doing the Meat Men stomp and stuff like that. You know, I was like, let's just make up a dance to this song, and everybody in the crowd's doing that same dance because they didn't know what else to do.
Here, everybody goes in a circle too. That's pretty neat. Instead of like everybody running full tilt at each
Right
other,
to the
Yeah.
middle and
it's
then
like
back to the
everybody's in
edges.
this big circle going around. Yeah, it's right.
The whirlpool.
So have you got any offers to be like on Soul Train or anything like that?
That's what I want. The big goal.
National
The big goal. We're going to be on solid gold. You know,
Me and Don
do it.
Cornelius are just like that.
Okay, Tim keeps wanting us to talk about skating. Okay, say something about skating.
Skating.
We all started skating. Me and
Skate,
Chris
but
were
don't
at
skate.
Pflugerville. We said let's play rock. That's the band goal is play Raoul's once, and that was it 3 years ago. And we've been having a great time since.
So
then.
you all met at a skate park.
Well,
It's a ditch.
mostly
It's
like
Oh, you met at the
we've
ditch.
known each other. Tim and Biscuit and I have known each other for a long time, 8 years or something. And I met Biscuit when he was out skateboarding down the street.
On some clay wheels.
Yeah, and then it just sort of kept going from there. When my brother and I and Biscuit and the other kids in the neighborhood would skate, then we met up with Tim, and it was like we've been skating together a lot longer than we've been playing music together. So it's just like it's developed all along. Gradually, the music took over, and the skating had to slack off a little, just because it's like you got to pick, you know, what comes where. But we still skate as much as we can.
Tony Alva made me do it.
Okay, so what's coming up in the near future for you? You playing any more around the Bay Area, or are you going back to Texas?
We're playing. Well, we're going to L.A. and we play with White Flag and Channel 3 at Vex's, and then we play with Tony's band, the Scoundrels, at Roxanne's, and then we go and play with JFA in Phoenix and go ride all the ditches there. And
so
we
that's-
might play Sacramento. We're trying to decide. That's
Oh, before you go back to Texas.
A week
Yeah,
from Thursday.
yeah.
If it happens, it'll be a week from Thursday in Sacramento. I'm sure
Everybody
the
come.
ads will make it down here.
Okay, what seems to be the connection with this infamous Drunk Engines and the Big Boys?
Oh, Drunk Engines were killed in a plane crash. I just read that today.
Oh.
So you will not hear Drunk Engines anymore.
Only I heard there's a posthumous single being released or something like that.
So anybody that saw
Dad was
Drunk
butch.
Engines last night, forget it. You'll never see them again. They were killed in a plane crash.
Light plane crash on the way back to North Dakota.
Uh-huh.
Or wherever they're from. You know?
Okay, we're
Rolling.
gonna about wrap it up. Any last comments or anything?
Buy the record, okay?
Right, make us rich and famous.
Hold
Come
on.
to the
Sandwich.
show, buy the record, so we can get some.
Come to
food.
Texas.
Go see the Sluts. Hi, Barry. Hi, Lori.
Okay, we're gonna close it out with Funk It Up, I believe.
Funk
They've got
Off.
it.
Funk
Funk
It
Off,
Up.
excuse
Mhm.
me.
The guy doesn't even know the name of the song. Okay.
Did we ever?